Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. A 6-year man, Austin Ekeler. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. He finds his man complete. It's Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert will give this one to Ekeler. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Option play, and they'll give to Ekeler. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. This is a counter play. Ekeler. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the air now with Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Watson off play action. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Browns had 2 and 2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Nice job there, forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out out of the gun. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Herbert. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They go with Chubb on second down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll They'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Chubb running right. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They run again on first down. Chubb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Now Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And some room to maneuver.
77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop in this first half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Watson.
Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss.
Touchdown! Keenan Allen, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return for just... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
After the interception, here's Watson. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he didn't make it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Herbert on first down now. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. They'll go option to the short side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a first down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Watson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 77 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. He's got room at the 30. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the option, here's Eckler.
Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Back to throw, Watson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down and 4. Watson, quick throw, and he's got Amari Cooper. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. And trouble trying the middle here. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On first down, it's Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop 1 pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Watson. Drops it off for Chubb.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out in the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take... 36-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Herbert going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Herbert. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now there's the timeout signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll tie us at 30-30. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Browns who are going to get possession first here in overtime as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance. This one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles. It's a pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They run it again with Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
So it's a win here for the Cleveland Browns. And